get into it. Two brothers, so I'm right, it's mysteries. Two brothers case. 100 years without murder. 100 years without demonic possession. Then this. I am Sister Ada, exorcist and investigator. This is my testament to the massacre at St. Walpurga's Abbey. It is truth. Do not believe the lies of my accusers. Good start, good start. Here we go in. St. Walpurga's Abbey, cybernetic.
Sister
What
Ada,
the fuck?
welcome.
Cybernetic? I have no idea what this game's about. Virgil spelled like that. Sister Ada, oh, they speak the lines.
I am Virgil, Chief Inquisitor at St. Walpurga's Abbey.
I like this art style. They look, you know what it kind of Gina. You know what it kind of looks like? It looks like you know when you take the Myers-Briggs test and they tell you what archetype you are at the end? It kind of looks like that, but I like it.
We may be in need of your talents as an exorcist. You can survey the evidence yourself, but I think you will agree.
Has there truly been a murder?
It seems so. A respected priestess, Mother Miriam, passed this morning under suspicious circumstances. A demon may be present. Here, even now, possessing someone.
I like how they spell demon the way that people who insist that you spell magic with a K do.
What happened, exactly?
Mother Miriam was only recently appointed as successor to Abbot Gregory. This morning, she came to the workshop to receive her coronet of office.
Something went wrong with the installation.
Yes, to put it mildly, the coronet oversurged, killing Mother Miriam. Brace yourself for the sight.
Uh-oh.
Then, the workshop operators, Gideon and Reuben,
Fairies.
are the prime suspects.
We lost a fairy
They are
today.
brothers, right?
Yes, but it's highly out of character for Gideon or Reuben to kill someone. Even so, they were the only ones present when Mother Miriam died.
Daemons nurture our sinful desires into unthinkable actions, Virgil. One of the brothers has surely been seduced by a daemon.
I feel like Ada sounds familiar. She has a very distinct voice, and I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. But I don't have any free equipment to look it up.
Whichever it is,
So
I will unmask
maybe I'll
his
clip
lies
that.
and cast out the daemon within him.
Maybe you'll find it, maybe you'll use it, maybe not. She's Jade from Bratz? No fucking way.
May Einsoff's will be...
To exorcise a daemon, we must uncover 4 things.
That's not what I was thinking.
First, the suspect. We must identify which sinner is possessed by a daemon. Second, the opportunity. When exactly was the murder committed? We can pinpoint the opportunity by analyzing each suspect's testimonies. Third, the means by which the murder has been committed.
I'm a little scared this is gonna be like religious Danganronpa.
The means can be found among the physical evidence at the scene of the incident.
Cause that sounds a little bit like truth bullets.
Fourth, the motive of the murderer, which can be found in their inner world, their sanctum. The motive will tell us which daemon possesses the sinner.
Okay.
Very well. Let us begin our holy work.
Alright, I get what they're saying. I think I do. Ooh, The Sims. Ooh, hello. Ooh, oh my god, this looks good. I've never heard of this before, but it's got like a significant enough number of people who use the category on Twitch. Let's see.
An exorcist? Surely there are no demons here, though. This was an accident, wasn't it?
He sounds
If
special.
Gideon is possessed, that would mean he did it on purpose. Horrible.
You must be the elder brother.
Yes, my name is Reuben Garamond.
Oh, she
I am
just, you're right,
responsible
she
for
does
the
sound like
engineering
Rhea.
and design of our implants.
How did Mother Miriam die, exactly?
It was a completely preventable accident.
A completely preventable
Mother Miriam
accident.
died because Gideon deliberately flouted the ceremonial guidelines for his own glory.
That's making me think it's you.
Gideon may be my flesh and blood, but he must take responsibility for his negligence.
Sister Ada, hear Reuben's testimony and judge for yourself whether he speaks the truth or lies. The testimony of a suspect is divided into events. You can access detailed descriptions of events by hovering over them. You can manipulate the timeline marker to navigate any moment in the testimony. Okay, alright. Listen to what Reuben has. Which one's Reuben?
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration
Ooh.
ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant. Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous.
Okay, this is fucking cool.
Gideon convinced her to move forward with the ceremony anyway. Since he was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
This part of his testimony is rather long and repetitive. Let's move ahead to the next session. Try to stop ceremony. Okay, so just click it. Corroboration, no. Specificity, yes. When Gideon acted the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. Bet Gideon to stop.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something was wrong. I begged Gideon to stop, but he didn't listen.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Ooh, what a way to go. Damn. Jesus.
Then the unthinkable happened. Mother Miriam was killed. This was no accident. It's all Gideon's fault.
That's her brain.
When Gideon activated, then the unthinkable happened. Mother Miriam was killed. This was no accident.
Oh,
it's
damn.
all Gideon's fault.
Damn, Miriam. I actually didn't realize that was supposed to be blood. I thought it was like decoration when we saw it first. Oh. Damn. What a way to go. Alright, you're Gideon. Let's get that testimony.
I will not suffer this injustice.
Alright, I guess I don't like either of these brothers.
I am Gideon the Grand, the greatest cybernetician of our generation. I am blessed. I don't know what went wrong this morning. My hands are guided by the divine.
I see only gaudy trinkets here. Mother Miriam died by your hands. Is that not so?
Oh, no, I would never harm her. Besides, why would I? She was my patron. In her kindness and generosity, she was truly like a mother to me, and I her son. I did nothing wrong. The consecration chamber must have been compromised. Let us hear what Gideon has to say, said the base. Keep in mind that Gideon's testimony may differ greatly from Reuben's version of events. If an event is corroborated by another suspect's testimony, it will be marked as verified on the timeline. This is so fucking cool. Let's know what Gideon has to say. Alright.
Mother Miriam came to me for her consecration ceremony. I've performed this many times before, so I was confident. To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother Miriam to the consecration chamber.
Right.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplifier.
Wait a second. I was about to take a drink of water, Ada. What is it? Let's re-examine what he said about Miriam's arrival. Okay.
To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Mother Miriam came to me for her...
Interesting. Gideon does not mention Reuben being present while greeting Mother Miriam. Let's select Miriam's arrival and ask Gideon, can you let me drink? Is that Byakuya? Gideon? Is Gideon Byakuya? I don't know. Good, I should remember that I can ask a suspect about any statement in a testimony. Were you alone when greeting Mother Miriam? Yes, I'm certain I was alone then. He insists that he was alone. I wonder if Reuben will corroborate this. For now, let's finish hearing the rest of his testimony. Okay. We'll start.
To prepare for the ceremony, I ordered Reuben to take Mother
Now
Miriam
I'll
to the
drink
consecration
water.
chamber.
He's not just checked. Okay.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
Water. Holy water. Alright, yep. He's adjusting the coronet's amplification at his work table and then placing it upon Mother Miriam's head. I've already forgotten what the point of the actual experiment is. Byakuya.
We began by closing our eyes and praying together to Ein Sof. I thought I heard the chamber open, but didn't think much of it.
Ooh, thought you heard the chamber open but didn't think much of it. Uh-oh.
Then I activated the consecration chamber and began the ceremony itself. The aether output was within safe ranges.
Right. It's an organ. That's cool. That's cool. It's a... I didn't notice before. Uh-oh. No! Alright, we'll leave. Now that we've heard the testimony from each suspect, let's think carefully. I'm bad at that. There's only one truth to the chain of events of this morning, and I doubt that either brother has told it to us. So we must rely on Ein Sof's greatest gifts to us, our minds. There are 3 ways we should consider what we've discovered. First way is deduction. Since there can only be one truth, if 2 things don't align, one or both of them are false. If Gideon and Reuben do not agree on something, someone is lying. Or, if what they say do not match the evidence I find, then they must be lying. Second is induction. I should base my theory based on what I discover. If my theory does not align with any of the testimonies or evidence that I find, then I should discard it. If 2 theories are both possible, then I should prefer the one that has more information that supports it. That said, induction alone is usually not enough. Finally, abduction. I must hypothesize what could have happened, filling gaps in information with my imagination. That's Danganronpa. This is the fastest and most powerful way of thinking, but also the most fraught. I should engage in each of the 3 ways in order to uncover the truth. Alright. Okay, alright. How do I do it? I guess I'll just start examining things. The control panel, a valuable piece of physical evidence. A new entry is now added to your evidence panel, which can be found on the lower left of your display. There you can access detailed information about the control panel. You must present them to the suspects in order to discover any contradictions. Okay, here's Miriam. Mother Miriam, victim, newly appointed voice of Ein Sof, who is scheduled to receive an aether coronet implant. Ooh, okay, alright, I had forgotten what this was supposed to be for. We'll examine the body. A new piece of evidence, let's examine it now. The body is completely unharmed, but her head has exploded into a mess of blood and bone fragments. Oh, I thought I had a choice. Okay. Door controls. Used to open and close the consecration chamber. Only operable from outside the chamber. Usage records show that it was opened twice this morning. Alright, so that means it was that Gideon's telling the truth that someone opened the door while he was getting ready. Which means... And because Reuben left that out, it seems like it's more likely that Gideon is telling the truth. Parts of the amplifier component and bits of the casing have survived the explosion. Reuben, elder brother, less popular than Gideon due to his dour, cynical demeanor and his focus on the engineering of the implants. And Gideon, younger brother, crafts the casing and ornaments of implants and handles the ceremonial aspects of the installation. Okay. Other places like Reuben's workstation. Plans for constructing the Aether Coronet. The purpose of the device seems to be to amplify the user's Aether output. The components are amplifier, casing, and limiter. Found on Reuben's workstation. Plans for restoring a relic that was recently brought to Saint Walpurga's by Father Augustine. Is that the guy who's working with us? Is that the guy with the deep bass? And then Gideon's workstation. Consecration ceremony. Place the coronet and the recipient in the chamber. The performer and the recipient pray in silence. Begin the song to start modulating the Aether. Intensify the Aether output by bringing the performance to a crescendo. There's a lot going on there. Limiter. Wasn't that supposed to be in there? Found in Gideon's workspace in pristine condition. Component is required to safely install the coronet without causing an Aether oversurge. So that's supposed to be a part of the process, isn't it? Coronet blueprints. Components are amplifier, casing, and limiter. So that's supposed to be, she was wearing one of them, she's in another, and this thing is supposed to limit the thing that exploded her head, and it's at Gideon's workstation, if I am understanding correctly, which, knowing me, I might not be. Help me out, bud. Gideon claims that the incident was an accident, but Reuben claims that it's Gideon's fault. Are either of them telling the truth? Perhaps there's another possibility. I am sure that the possibility at this point, because Reuben is being such a dick face, is that it's Reuben's fault and Gideon doesn't know. Because he didn't do it. Okay, let's talk to Reuben again.
Mother Miriam came to us to receive a consecration ceremony, but she wanted something extravagant.
Okay, hang on.
Gideon suggested setting. Mother Miriam came to us to.
You and Gideon greeted Mother Miriam together? Because that's not what he said, right? That's right, Mother Miriam is our patron, so I insisted on being present. Okay, so should I hit contradict? Or should I click Miriam's arrival and then contradict? Nope, I can't. I don't have the option. Maybe I just can't do that
Gideon suggested setting the coronet to have maximum ether output. I warned him that doing so is highly dangerous.
Right. Reuben claims he went back to his workstation. What does Gideon say? Let's switch to his testimony.
To prepare for the
Oh. Gideon claims that Reuben opened the door to the consecration chamber. Let's go back to Reuben. I guess I was just in the right
Gideon
place.
convinced her to move forward with the ceremony anyway, since he was going to handle everything. I went back to my...
Okay. Ooh, look at me. I'm not sure exactly what I did there. I'm not quite certain exactly how I did that. Reuben Garamond, I said scornfully. You did not return to your workstation after the discussion. Gideon ordered you to open the consecration chamber for Mother Miriam. Ordered me? Is that what he told you? Despite his delusions, Gideon is certainly not my master. I did open the chamber, it's true. I apologize for the omission. It's a regular part of our routine that it slipped my mind earlier. Alright, so now he's altered his testimony. It's Phoenix Wright. Let's examine open chamber. This statement from Reuben's testimony is now verified for 2 reasons. 1. Corroboration. Gideon's testimony confirms that Reuben opened the door for Mother Miriam. 2. Specificity. It has a shorter time frame and describes a clearer set of events. I can assume that any verified statement like this is true. What's more, the contradiction weakened the suspect's resolve. His eye of providence glows, which allows me to enter his sanctum, the digital representation of his mind. The fucking vocab list I'm being handed. Let's use his third eye to enter his sanctum and see what truly motivates this suspect. Alright. Believer. We only cracked the outer layer of his sanctum this time. Still, let's examine the psychological evidence we found. Interesting. This information will help me discern which statements to trust. Found in Reuben's sanctum, faithful servant of Einsof, or so he thinks. He knows that cybernetics are a critical part of the one truth. Let's quickly examine each statement in his testimony again. Okay, alright. Okay, psychology believer, return to work. I want to read it, dude. Some of the statements are now supported by the suspect's psychology. Next, I must find correlations between the suspect's behavior and existing demons. So we'll open the demonology. Lucifer the proud, Beelzebub the gluttonous, Satanus the vengeful, Lotan the envious, Lucifer the... Okay, we started over. The host is compelled to consume stranger and filthier things, stokes the simmering rage within the host, preys upon the fervent and the righteous. Okay, that one might be it if he's a believer. The host blames others for their ill fortune, manifests in the ambitious and strong-willed. That's not him. Okay, I think it must be Satanus the Vengeful. If the suspect is possessed, there should be psychological evidence that has a clear correlation with a demon. To obtain further psychological evidence, I must find more contradictions and present them to the suspect. Now that I have heard the testimony and gathered evidence, I can accuse the suspect. To accuse the suspect, I must establish the opportunity, means, and motive of the crime. I can try as many times as I wish, but there is only one true answer for each section. Try to establish the opportunity. Okay. Present a section of the suspect's testimony. If you're accusing me of sabotage, when could I have done any of this? Well, I'm guessing the thing that we just changed. Good. If it's a valid answer, the suspect will be forced to admit that they could have committed the murder at that time. Otherwise, the suspect will give a counter-argument as to why that is impossible. If I sabotaged something in the chamber then, Gideon would have seen it when he brought the coronet. During the ceremony, no one was inside this chamber other than Mother Miriam. If you are accusing me of sabotage, well, okay, so that wasn't it. Got it. Next, try to establish the means. For this, I need to present physical evidence. Control panel, the body, coronet remains, door controls, blueprints. Ah! How could I have affected the chamber or Mother Mirror? I guess the door controls? Good. Same as before, the suspect will accept my evidence if it is valid, and deny it if they can explain why I am wrong. I had nothing to do with this. Gideon handled everything for the ceremony. Let's establish the motive. I need to present psychological evidence from their sanctum. Okay, I only have one. Good. If he's the culprit, presented with the correct motive, the demon within him will compel him to speak the truth. If not, he will deny my claim. Your faith is what drove you to kill Mother Miriam. Why would you think so? If anything, my faith is the proof I would not have hurt a priestess. Okay. Let's cancel for now and leave the suspect. Alright, so I'm very interested, but I'm also very confused.
But they decided to perform the ceremony anyway. I opened the
So the door was closed until this point. Why did you not close it after Mother Miriam entered? Because I knew Gideon was bringing the coronet soon. The ceremony had yet to begin anyway, so it was still safe to keep the chamber open. Okay, and then we go to the
Since
door.
Gideon was going to handle everything,
What were you working on? I was restoring a ceremonial spear for tonight's mass. Is it Catholic? It is a magnificent relic. I think Abbot Gregory will be pleased with the result. Alright. Let's switch over to Gideon.
Meanwhile,
Now that I've discovered important pieces of evidence, let's ask this suspect about them. Let's select any evidence and ask him about it. Okay, so there's just a lot of shit to do. Good, I should remember that I can ask a suspect about any evidence that I find. How exactly do you operate this device? Do you press the keys much like a normal organ? That is a crude way to phrase it. There is much artistry in the performance. The rhythm and the melody of my music affects how the energy is transferred into the implant. So you could have just fucked it up, huh? This was never supposed to happen, Mother Miriam. I'm so sorry. A coronet remains. No. Door controls. Blueprint. Okay, so we'll go back to Ruben then. I can at least be comforted that her death was painless. I don't have anything to... Oh, wait. I can look at the demon... Nope, because I don't have any psychology from him, right? Yeah, no, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Ruben and
since
start
Gideon was going to handle everything,
shoving things in his
I went back
ways.
to my tasks.
The control panel is used to modulate the aether output in the consecration chamber. Gideon always insists on performing a ceremony. You should ask him about it. I did. Mother Miriam's body. This is a nightmare. I've always taken extra precautions so nothing like this could ever happen. And yet, here we are. Mother Miriam would still be alive if Gideon were more careful. Are these the only pieces that were found in the chamber? I see the casing and the amplifier, but the limiter seems to be missing. How could that be? Ah! The limiter, that's the thing that's on the other workbench. I don't know how to combine these things, unless... You found it on Gideon's desk? It's no wonder that the coronet exploded. The imbecile must have forgotten to replace it after adjusting the coronet's amplification. Despicable. For safety reasons, this button is the only way to open the consecration chamber's door. That sounds like the opposite of safety, but you know. Plans for constructing the aether coronet, let's... Mother Miriam's coronet was built according to these exact specifications. If Gideon performed the ceremony correctly, the coronet would have been safe to install. This was what I was working on during the ceremony. Father Augustine, a visiting scholar, asked me to help restore this relic. I am quite proud of my work on it. It should be ready for tonight's Mass. The consecration ceremony is an installation process to augment someone's public speaking abilities. Really? The consecration chamber is sealed during the ceremony to prevent any disruption. I flunked out of public speaking twice and I could have just gotten this shit. Sadly, it seems that wasn't enough this time. Poor Mother Miriam, killed by Gideon's arrogance. Alright, and I already asked about that, so... let me go back to Gideon for a moment.
Meanwhile, I adjusted the coronet's amplification at my work
it's-
table, and then placed it on Mother Miriam's head.
My brother idolizes that man. I don't understand it. Theories and histories, pointless. You would not have liked, Intro to Anthropology, huh? My masterwork, it was perfectly fitted to Mother Miriam's brow. Even in pieces, you can see the sublime beauty of my artistry. But this can't be all you found. Where is the limiter? Limiter? There was a safety device? The Aether limiter was supposed to protect the coronet from an oversurge. Additionally, it was the crown jewel of the coronet. I suppose it's shattered. Damnation. Recognize this component, Gideon? It was found at your workstation. The coronet limiter. Impossible. But the explosion. How can it be undamaged? Someone must have removed it from the coronet prior to the ceremony, all but ensuring that the ceremony would end in a bloody mess. I had nothing to do with this. Why would I sabotage my own work? Why indeed? These door access records show that the chamber was sealed during the ceremony. There you have it, proof that the ceremony was performed flawlessly. Perhaps, what's curious is that the door was opened twice. The first time was when Reuben opened the chamber to let Mother Miriam in. The second time was just before the ceremony started, when you closed your eyes and prayed for guidance. With the one true God as my witness, I swear that is the truth. I kneeled and listened for his voice. It must have been Reuben who opened it for some reason. He was always skittish about the slightest possibility of malfunction. It must have been Reuben. It has to have been. He's so certain that Reuben didn't do it on purpose, at least, and that it doesn't matter if there's anyone to blame. That there's just no way in hell that it wasn't Reuben. Coronet blueprints. Is that Reuben's little chart? He sure loves making things complicated. True art comes from the soul. Nothing in that mess of lines and wires expresses the beauty of the coronet. Oh, is that Reuben's little project? Whatever keeps him busy is fine by me. God, I don't like you. I don't think you did it, but I don't like you. The consecration ceremony is meant to be glorious, beautiful. Reuben has always been devout, serious, and boring. We can't all be grand, I suppose. The consecration ceremony is meant to be glorious, beautiful. Okay, I need to switch back to Reuben now. I need to ask
Since
about...
Gideon was going to handle everything,
Father Augustine is a scholar of demons and etheric technologies. He's made truly remarkable discoveries in his theoretical works.
Mother Miriam, Gideon suggested they decided to perform this since Gideon was going to handle everything. I went back to my tasks.
Okay, corroboration no, specificity no. Corroboration no.
When Gideon acted...
Why did you have to ask Gideon to stop? Why not force him? Couldn't you open the chamber or push Gideon aside? Interrupting the ceremony would have been more dangerous. Had I opened the chamber, the energy would have been let loose into the workshop. Had I pushed Gideon away, no one would be controlling the energy gathered within the chamber. In either case, my action would have resulted in a greater catastrophe. So I need to ask Gideon about that, I think. Gideon claims that the Aether output values are within safe ranges, but the control panel indicates otherwise. Let's present the control panel to him and unmask his... I had no idea that that was true. You lied, Gideon. The ceremony wasn't safe. The control panel's records show that the Aether output values were in abnormally high ranges. Humph, of course it was. Mother Miriam wanted the coronet as powerful as it could be. But I am Gideon the Grand. With my talents, I had it under control. I made no errors. Something else went wrong. I just don't know what. It was the thing. He's amended his testimony. Examine, maintain control. Okay, this statement from Gideon's testimony is now verified for 2 reasons. 1, specificity. It has a shorter time frame and describes a clearer set of events. 2, physicality. Gideon's testimony now is consistent with the records from the control panel. I can assume that any verified statements like this is true. Okay, I was trying to... Okay, so this should be very easy. You've now admitted that the ceremony was risky. What makes you so confident that you maintained control? Because I am a maestro. I remember every bit of my performance. Nothing that I did could have overcome the coronet limiter. You performed the ceremony yourself. This gave you ample opportunity to hurt her. Yes, I performed the ceremony, but I did nothing that could have harmed her. Her decapitated corpse says otherwise, Gideon. That worked, okay. Motive. I loved Mother Miriam. Why would I hurt her? I don't know. Why would that make me want to kill Mother... I don't know. I don't know, I'm sorry. By what means are you claiming I killed her? Is that, more physical evidence? You got rid of the coronet limiter. While you were adjusting the coronet, you removed the limiter. That's nonsense. Do you really think I would forget to replace the crown jewel of my masterpiece? By what means are you claiming I killed her? The door controls, maybe. I did seal the chamber before the ceremony, but that does not mean that I killed Mother Miriam. I have no idea. Oh, he's a little skittish now. Alright, we got him. We got this bitch. Let's get in there. Narcissist! I didn't need to look into his mind to know that. Alright, who's a narcissist? Is it Lotan the Envious? No, because he isn't blaming anybody. Lucifer the Proud, ambitious and strong-willed. I mean, I guess that technically fits, but I just don't see this bitch getting in with Lucifer. Beelzebub the Gluttonist. No, I don't think so. The Vengeful preys upon the fervent and the righteous, goading them. Maybe that. Maybe? Blames others for ill fortune when apparent injustice drives them to take what is rightfully theirs. I don't think that's it. I also don't... It seems like Lucifer fits best, but I don't think it's fucking Lucifer. Okay, alright, well now I can accuse again, and I can put is in a motive. that you're a narcissist. You are a self-absorbed man. Everything you do feeds into your pride. Damn, Ada. To you, Mother Miriam was a mere prop for your masterpiece. You carelessly caused her death in pursuit of artistic glory. How dare you? I took the utmost care in everything I did for Mother Miriam. The coronet was designed to be worn by her. Without her, it will forever remain imperfect. I would never risk anything that could harm my work or Mother Miriam. I loved her. Okay, so it wasn't that. I think I need to try again.
When Gideon activated the consecration chamber, I immediately felt something.
I think I need to try. If I was in the chamber then, Gideon or Mother Miriam would have seen me. Okay. What about when Gideon and Mother Miriam were praying? Yeah. I was still working at that time. Do I have proof that he wasn't? If I do, I should contradict him with it first before accusing him. During the ceremony, was that during return to work? If you were accusing, okay, so what I'll do is I will hit return to work. Cancel. And I'll hit return to work.
Since Gideon was going to handle everything,
him.
I went back to my tasks.
With what? The spear blueprints? I don't either, buddy. Return to work. Gideon thought he heard something during his prayer? That doesn't mean anything. He could have imagined it. Did that do anything? Nope. Oh my fucking god. The fucking, hang on, what is it? Is it door controls that says, yes, it was open twice this morning. Yes! I did something by myself? I did something all on my own? I was that smart? You test my patience, Reuben. Has your memory slipped once more? The door records show that the consecration chamber was opened twice today. Given that Gideon was praying during this time, only you could have opened the chamber. It's true that I opened the chamber again just before the ceremony started, but I had my reasons. Something about the chamber seemed unseemly. Given what happened to Mother Miriam, I feel vindicated in my fears. Tell me what you did in the chamber. Oh my god.
But since Gideon was going to handle everything, I went back to my tasks.
But I couldn't shake the feeling something was wrong.
So I opened the consecration chamber to verify that the coronet was in working order. Everything seemed fine, so I returned to my desk again.
It shouldn't have seemed fine, you fuck, because there was no limiter in it. What's wrong with you? Okay, let me try accuse again. So opportunity, you checked the chamber. During the prayer, you claimed to have opened the chamber to check the materials. This was when you sabotaged the ceremony. Oh, he has nothing to say to that. Okay, good. Mother Miriam was our patron. Why would I want to harm? Well, let me try first to see if... Yeah, that's what I thought. He's getting loose. Oh, he's getting loose. I got him right where I want him. Envy. There is a demon that is about envy, isn't there? My brother is responsible for the tragedy, not me. Oh, he didn't have anything. He didn't have anything. No. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to accuse, motive, and I'm gonna go back to psychology and envy. Mother Miriam's death was merely a means to an end. Humiliation of Gideon. You envy your brother's success. You want his fame, his glory. Gideon was the one who operated the device. How could I have affected the chamber or Mother Miriam? Well, there's this funny little thing. Oh, fucking... It's a little jittery, this mouse. I had nothing to do with this. Gideon handled everything for the ceremony. Gideon was the one that operated the device. How could I have affected Mother Miriam? How could I have affected the chamber or Mother Miriam? How about the goddamn door, bitch? I had nothing to do... That's not fucking true. Do I have to use the timeline again? No, it's physical evidence, so I guess I'll just fucking do everything. Okay, you can't touch the control panel. I regret she died. But her remains don't prove anything. I did build the inner mechanisms of the coronet, but I dare you to prove there was anything faulty with my work. No machinery can account for the utterly reckless usage like what Gideon did today. Well... These blueprints prove you have intimate knowledge of the coronet's inner mechanisms. Okay. Of course, because I designed and built them. Thus, you had the expertise to damage the coronet and sabotage the ceremony. Fair enough, but that only proves that I could have done it, not that I actually did it. Gideon was the one who operated the device. I know what it is, it just won't let me fucking do it. These blueprints have nothing to do with this morning's events. Gideon performed the ceremony, nothing to do with me. It's the fucking limiter, you took it out. There was nothing faulty with the coronet itself. Indeed, the craftsmanship was flawless, as was Gideon's performance of the ceremony, but you removed the limiter from the coronet without Gideon's knowledge, which, coupled with the coronet's high amplification, caused an oversurge. Gideon's arrogance may have endangered Mother Miriam, but you ensured that she would die from it. Get ready.
Unsoft sees all, Reuben. You killed Mother Miriam to frame Gideon and take him down a peg. With Gideon gone, a daemon whispered that people would finally recognize you for your genius.
I am older than Gideon. My work is better than Gideon, and more important.
Alright, yeah, that's... What of it?
But no one sees my work. No one understands my work.
Confess, Reuben. Tell us what the daemon made you do.
I love this voice actress. She's wonderful. Ooh. Oh, wow.
When I went back while Gideon and Mother Miriam were praying, I reopened the chamber and removed the limiter.
Oh, there it is.
Demonic corruption runs deep within Reuben's soul.
Ooh.
Yet Reuben may still be
Oh,
saved.
boy. Yeah, right, this is fucking awesome. I can't believe I've never heard of this game before. This is so cool.
I must speak the daemon's true name.
I've got
the
it.
daemon will be cast out.
I've got it.
Ain Suf, guide me. What daemon has possessed Reuben?
It's Lotan.
Out, Lotan! Leave this
Yeah.
soul and return whence you came!
Oh my god, there goes his JPEG.
Magnificently done, Madam Exorcist.
Ooh.
The power of Ain Suf compels you, Lotan. Leave this soul and return to the ether.
Oh my god.
Thousands of years, and you humans never change.
This is so fucking
Never
awesome.
satisfied, always comparing, wanting more.
My kitty is purring. Great. Does she like the bag?
Someone else is always richer, prettier, wiser, better.
I love this voice on this demon. It's so fucking rad.
Nothing can ever fill that void within you. Not even me.
Silence, Lotan. Reuben may yet be redeemed. You are a scourge. Without your influence, a good woman would still be alive.
Yeah.
Leave humans be, Lotan.
Yeah.
I banish you to the ether.
Fuck off.
As you wish, but I'll return soon enough.
It came out in 2020, so it flew under the radar from COVID. Oh my god.
My prince and master
Deserves
Lucifer
so
walks
much.
among you.
So much eyes on it.
Lucifer will open the gates of hell, and at last, humanity will remember its full potential.
I can't believe how
Until
fucking
then,
awesome
Mother
this is.
Exorcist, adieu.
Oh god, he's French! Bye-bye, baby boy.
Come forth, Reuben. What remains of you?
Thank.
He's silent and still. Poor soul. Rest, Reuben. Heal, if you can.
Sister Ada, you've returned. Was there a demon at work after all?
I cannot believe how fucking cool this is. Honestly, this is insane.
I'm afraid so. The exorcism was a success. Reuben's soul
Don't
has been
undersell
purged.
yourself, Ada. The exorcism was fucking metal. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Unfortunately, the daemon was difficult to cleanse. Reuben is returned to pure innocence.
Oh.
What? The exorcism shattered his mind? Can you bring him back?
Oh, he still cares about his brother even though he's still a prick.
It's out of my hands. If Ain Suf wills it, maybe Reuben will.
That's the shit that
Heal.
happens in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Guards, please escort this shell to the cryostasis cell.
Cryostasis.
I pray for his swift recovery. Abbot Gregory.
Oh, he looks good. What character does he looks like Dooku. He looks like the 2D animated Dooku.
Praise be to Ein
He does not
Sof,
sound
Sister
like
Ada.
Dooku.
You have saved us all. On behalf of everyone at St. Walpurgis, I express our utmost gratitude.
We are not yet safe. We must act quickly until we locate the source of the demonic influence.
Thank you.
We don't understand yet why daemons would act after 100 years. Holy Father, we must quarantine the abbey and the surrounding town immediately.
Immediately.
Detain and interrogate anyone who seems suspicious.
All of them.
We can try, Sister Ada, but it will be difficult, as we have visitors arriving hourly. Much like yourself, pilgrims from afar are here to celebrate Walpurgisnacht.
Ooh, Walpurgisnacht.
It's such a shame Mother Miriam couldn't bear witness to it.
Ah, yes. The priestess. We must destroy her body immediately.
Damn, what the fuck?
Traces of demonic influence
Oh.
may remain from her contact with Reuben.
Damn, what the fuck?
No, Sister Ada, thank you for your concern, but we absolutely cannot. Mother Miriam was a prominent figure and well loved, with decades of service. We must treat her body with dignity and give her a proper burial.
Listen, we've got to kind of... I don't know how... I guess I'll start with demons are real. And there's proof for demons. Maybe we should treat this shit the way we treat a plague. Water. And we just kind of like... We'll build her a statue.
Send Mother Miriam's body to the mortuary for embalming.
Your Excellency, we really ought to take the advice of the exorcist.
The Exorcist
Mother Miriam's
is
body
really
has been
good at it.
desecrated enough, Virgil.
As you command, Your Excellency.
Holy Father, you are making a grave mistake.
Sister Ada, don't worry yourself. All will be well.
Oh, Ada, you are the coolest. You are the baddest bitch. Oh my god.
St.
I'm in
Walpurgis'
awe.
triumph over Lucifer has brought us a century of peace and bliss. It's horrifying that a demon was exorcised from our abbey, but surely it was the final remnant.
Oh, surely. We'll just kind of...
The daemon within
put our
Reuben
faith
spoke of
in that.
Lucifer's return. Lucifer's ways are insidious. Even the most devout among us have temptations.
I can hear that cat outside.
It's a shame Brother Reuben fell to the demon, but the rest of my flock is stronger. Faith shall be their shield. Now,
Sure.
please excuse me. This evening's mass requires my attention. We are honored by your presence, Sister Ada. Praise be to Ein Sof.
Even the Holy Father can be foolish then.
He can.
Ain
He can.
Suf. Let it not be true that Lucifer walks. But if it is, Ain Suf, guide me, that I may unmask
I
all
am
lies.
so... I'm
No matter how
swept
painful.
up by this game. This is insane. The demon's final words haunted me. Lucifer was already among us.
among us.
I wanted to destroy Mother Miriam's body to purge any traces of demonic influence. Abbot Gregory did not heed my words. Mother Miriam was to be given a proper burial. That afternoon, Inquisitor Virgil sent for me, asking urgently to meet him at the graveyard.